Hi guys, this is Rahul Iyer from the Cricket Continent. I'm your host of the day. Today in this video we're going to discuss the England squad for the upcoming T20 World Cup. Today I have with me Alfie Pardo from England. So what do you think of Jos Buttler as captain? He was the captain for England last time when they won the T20 World Cup in 2022. And he's going to be captain again this time. England did have a disastrous ODI World Cup campaign under him. But I still think that he's fit to be captain for this T20 World Cup. What are your takes on this?
Personally, I don't rate Jos Buttler as captain for either 2020 or ODI. England have a history of struggling with captains in their batting form. When they become captain, they always seem to drop with the bat, and I think Jos Buttler is far more useful as a pure batsman rather than a dual captain batsman and wicketkeeper. I think that's too much for him to handle. Also, he's taking the mantle from Morgan, who was just such an aggressive and intelligent captain. I just don't think Buttler has that edge to him that we need. He doesn't have the guts that Morgan had that helped us win the last 2020 World Cup and the 19 ODI World Cup as well. So I don't like Buttler as captain. But that being said, I'm not too sure who else on the team could be captain. Maybe Bairstow if you wanted to play him. But I'm not even sure Bairstow makes my 11, so you can't really make him captain in that situation, can you? So I guess it's kind of just the best of a bad situation when it comes to captain. We'll see how he goes. I hope he's a little bit more ballsy in this World Cup, but hopefully his batting doesn't suffer too much.
Jos Buttler, Jonny Bairstow, Philip Salt and Will Jacks are all capable of opening the batting for England. And among these players, Buttler, Bairstow and Salt are all wicket keepers. So England has a lot of options for opening and wicket keeping. Who in your opinion should open the batting and who should be the wicket keeper for England?
Personally, I keep Bairstow out of the lineup. I go with Jacks, Salt and Buttler. I probably open with Salt and Jacks. I think Buttler is a true floating batsman. I think he's a player who can come in at any point really in the innings. He's kind of a wild card batsman where you kind of want to hold him for either a moment when you really need to put your foot on the pedal or at the end, maybe in the 15th, 16th over, when you've still got some wickets in hand, you lose a wicket, maybe you're 3 down, send Buttler in, get him to get a quick 50 off 20 and get that score up. My only concern with Jacks and Salt is that they've done well in sort of league cricket, but they haven't really shown too much in 2020 international. So I am interested to see how their mental game is and whether they can handle the pressure of the big stage against some of the bigger bowlers. But yeah, I just don't really trust Bairstow right now. I've been put off by him in the last couple of years. Not really sure he's got the mental capacity to do it. So I would probably keep him out.
England isn't short of all-rounders. They have plenty of all-rounders in both the pace and the spin department. But Stokes not being in the squad, that's a huge miss for England. He really played a huge role in England winning the last T20 World Cup. He played a match-winning knock in the final. So how much do you believe England will miss Ben Stokes?
Stokes is a hard one. He's definitely a player that, in the weird moments when you really need him or you really need someone to pull something out of their ass and get you a win from nowhere, essentially, Stokes is your man. I mean, he's proven that time and time again that he can make the best of a bad situation. But, I mean, truly, when you look at Stokes, he's a heroic big moment player. But in the regular grind of a tournament or a series or a tour, he's actually kind of average. He isn't really that great of an all-rounder purely in terms of consistency and his ability to just play well over the course of multiple innings. He seems to average like 20-25 runs with the bat for most of the tournament, and then finally in the semi-finals or the finals he'll just out of nowhere come out and hit a game-winning innings. So I mean, that is something that we will be missing. You do need, every team in any sport needs a player, at least one player who's capable of pulling up that magic. But I think overall we probably will be more capable of winning games ordinarily without needing a magical performance with him out of the lineup, because we'll probably get a batsman in his place who's a bit more consistent, and an all-rounder who's a bit more consistent, like Livingston. So I'm not too upset about him going, to be honest. I'll miss his heroics, but I think we'll be fine without him.
England has some good bowling options as well in both the pace and the spin department. Who do you think are the bowlers to watch out for in this English squad?
I still firmly believe that Adil Rashid is the second best spinner in white ball cricket in the game. He is a phenomenal spinner. He has taken some phenomenally important wickets. He is hugely important in the middle overs of trying to strangle the opponent's momentum with the bat. So I think Adil Rashid is going to play a big role for us, especially in spin-friendly grounds. Livingston does bring that all-rounder vibe that we need. Chris Jordan has a huge amount of experience. He's a great death bowler, one of the best death bowler yorking bowlers in 2020. I'm fascinated to see what happens with Jofra Archer. We all know he has that potential, and he's got such a nice bowling action, but he just can't stay healthy. So it'll be interesting to see what this time away with injury has done to his game, and whether he can pick it back up and what he does. I think we'll play him in some of the early, less important games, and if he seems like he's just back into it like nothing ever happened, then we'll continue to play him. But if he seems to be struggling to get sort of back into the groove for the international game, then we might take him out. But yeah, I'm excited for those big guys. I think one of the biggest reasons we won the last tournament was because we had the Chris Jordans and the Sam Currans of the game who have been playing so much, BBL and IPL and other domestic leagues, and really helped give us some great experience in that space. So it's exciting times.
Every team going into a World Cup has a certain set of strengths and weaknesses. What do you believe those would be for England?
When you look at these starting 11s, I firmly believe that England has the best team in the world on paper when you think about players playing at their best. If our best 11 plays at their best, I don't see any other team beating us. We have bowling variety, we have all-rounders, we have genuine all-rounders, that is, we have bowling depth, we have amazing power hitting, we have batting depth up the wazoo, we have some amazing fielders, we've got great experience, we really have quite a strong team on paper, especially when they're playing well, and that's our strength, is the depth and the options we have. If people get injured or if having bad time, maybe they have a few bad games or they're not feeling it, we've got plenty of depth to pick from, and it doesn't hamper our strength too much. However, as it always seems with England sports in general, rugby, football, cricket, whatever the sport is, our issue is always consistency. England is a nation when it comes to sports that struggles with consistency, and it's extremely infuriating as a fan. You post these amazing on paper teams, and then they come out so flat against teams that they should be wiping the floor with. They really have a habit of playing down to the level of their opponents, and we really need to just play our best as much as we can, because inconsistency will kill us if we let it. And we also have a habit of choking big games, so hopefully we don't do those. Traditionally, I shouldn't say traditionally, I should say recently, in recent times, England's strength has always been our batting, and our bowling has always been our concern. But looking at our squad, I'm actually starting to feel the opposite this time around. With the likes of Stokes and Root and Morgan and Roy all gone and no Hales, I actually think our bowling is now our strength. And bowling is good in the West Indies. Who knows what it's going to do in America? But in the West Indies, a good bowling team is a strong team. That's where we won our first 2020 World Cup, was in the West Indies. That's a good bowling squad we had then. So I think our bowling's our strength, and I look forward to seeing if we can pull it off.
What do you think should be the playing 11 of England from number 1 to number 11?
My starting 11. We're going to open with Phil Salt, Will Jacks, then we'll go Harry Brook, Jos Buttler, Liam Livingstone, we've got a lot of bowlers. Liam Livingstone, then we'll go Sam Curran, Chris Jordan, Jofra Archer, Reece Topley, Adil Rashid, and I guess Mike Wood. This is kind of hard because what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 players. So we're leaving out 4. My gut is to leave out Duckett, Hartley, Moeen Ali, and Johnny Bairstow. But we're really lacking some batting depth this year. So I'm going to have to, as much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to put Bairstow in my 11. So I'm actually going to say Salt, Jacks, Brook, Bairstow, Buttler, Livingstone, Curran, Jordan, Rashid, Archer, and Topley. I don't see Mark Wood being particularly useful in the West Indies. Moeen Ali, he'll be there as a backup in case Adil Rashid, something goes wrong there. I don't know why Hartley and Duckett are in there, but that is what it is. So that's going to be my starting 11, the second one.
Can England defend their T20 World Cup title and become the first team to win this competition thrice? Where do you think England will finish?
If anyone can do it in terms of winning thrice for the first time, it would be England. Like I said, on paper, I do believe on paper we are the best team in the world. But how we translate that, that's going to be a real interesting one. We've got quite a lot of inexperience, especially in the context of World Cups and big stage games. I think our batsmen are going to have to play really well. Salt and Jack's going to have to play well. Butler's going to have to be quite aggressive with his captaincy and with the bat. Brook's going to have a good tournament. I think we'll need something from Adil Rashid. Obviously, I want to say we've got it, but if I had to put money on it, I'd probably... My top 3 to win is gonna be South Africa, Australia, and England, with India and Pakistan as like a knocking on the door teams. It's kind of an open tournament there. We've got a lot of teams who are quite inexperienced and going through some changes and don't really have necessarily set in stone squads. So I think we have some 4 or 5 teams who all have genuine shot at winning. So it should be quite a good tournament. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so that was my last question, Alfie. Thank you for your time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and please do share this video.